For those of you who join on Zoom, you can sign in through the link in the chat or scan the QR code on the screen. And if you guys haven't done so, feel free to join the Fast Discord server as well as the link. Actually, no, these QR codes probably don't work either, so you probably have to go through the actual IP. I mean the address. Sorry about that. Okay, so with that being said, my name's Alex. Welcome everybody to Introduction to Cybersecurity. So this week we're going to be focusing on just a basic introduction to cybersecurity, what the field is like, as well as kind of how to get yourself into the field. We'll be also doing a beginner-friendly workshop this Friday from 5 to 7. It'll be about common cybersecurity tools as well as learning how to use Kali Linux. Sign up the event. So sign up for that will be at the end of this presentation. So keep your eyes peeled for that. With that being said, um, here's a kind of overview of the talk today. We're going to be going over defining what is cybersecurity, its current state in the industry in 2025, why it's important, as well as how to get yourself started. That being said, let's begin. So, for beginners new to cybersecurity, it can help to kind of contextualize what cybersecurity really is and how it's changed over the years. For starters, it's had sort of a naming crisis. You've probably heard the terms of cybersecurity is one. It's also known as information security, or my favorite, InfoSec, just because InfoSec is like sounds really cool. Cyber defense, digital security, those are all terms that kind of describe what we're talking about cybersecurity in a essential sense, but uh, all those different monikers kind of have a different definition in terms of like scope and what it means. But for the most part, for this talk, we're going to be using cybersecurity just because it covers a general broad sense of information security as well as IT and digital security and network security as well. But we're going to be focusing on the definition of the protection of information and information systems from unauthorized sources, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, as well as ensuring that information fits the CIA triad, which is confidentiality, integrity, and accessibility. So let's go back to the origins of cybersecurity in a sense. Cybersecurity as a concept, or information security as a concept, is not new. Actually, back in during the Roman Empire, cryptography, one of the important concepts of cybersecurity, was used to protect the transmission of information with physical information, like being sent from note to note, like actual physical writings on paper. They were encrypted using a scheme called the Caesar cipher. Um, Fast forward to today in the 20th century, with the proliferation of the early internet, also known as ARPANET, there was a researcher who developed the earliest known computer worm called Creeper. And what this program would do is it would proliferate through different computers connected to the ARPANET and then display a little message saying, "I'm the Creeper, catch me if you can." That was one of the earliest examples, known examples of a computer worm. And conversely, Reaper was one of the first antiviruses created, which was a program that could detect Creeper that was installed on computers that were infected. Today, there are many different ways in which attackers can breach and inflict damage on systems and devices. One of the more notable examples is AI poisoning, which is, we'll get into the talk a bit later, but one of the newer ways in which new technology like AI has been targeted by attackers and caused damage to information systems. So, what does InfoSec look like today in terms of job demand, outlooks, and the types of roles available in the field? Let's take a look at this graph. These are two graphs here from a website called CyberSeek. It shows the supply versus demand ratio trend of cybersecurity jobs. Um, it shows the demand of cybersecurity workers relative to what is demanded from employers. And as you can see, since 2010, uh, the trend has gone downwards, which means that there is much more demand now than there are available cybersecurity roles to fill that demand. If we look on the other graph, which is the openings trend, it shows that the number of available cybersecurity jobs are actually on the rise. And as technology improves over time, so does the number of domains that cybersecurity covers. We can see that there's 10 different domains here, but I can tell you that there's many more, such as the ones listed here are frameworks and standards, application security, risk assessment. Um, so it's like the domains expand uh, when technology advances because it's sort of like when companies expand on their infrastructure, there are more jobs that ne are needed to maintain that infrastructure. For example, as organizations increase networking complexity within other organizations, there are more security engineers that are needed to secure those systems. Another development is the move to web applications from developers. As more developers move on to the web to deploy their applications, there are more security engineers needed, web security engineers needed to maintain those applications. And we can also go over a bit of the role variety available in cybersecurity. One of the main ones are data forensics, which covers investigating cybercrime using forensics processes and methods. It's also an essential tool in terms of incident response for recovery from cyber attacks. Incident response itself is also just addressing and mitigating attacks as they happen in real time. Cyber threat intelligence, a really fun one, is about who are potential and active bad actors who are looking to exploit systems, and also mitigating attacks using their known attack patterns. And one of the newer roles, as I mentioned earlier, is AI security. To defend against attacks like AI poisoning, there are AI security engineers needed to make sure that AI and large language models are not susceptible to data poisoning attacks. If you look on the slide here, it shows you a ton of just the swath of available cybersecurity jobs in the market right now. A lot of them are entry to high level, but it just goes to show you that there is an available role for your specific niche in cybersecurity. Okay, so what does having a job in cybersecurity do for you? Well, from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there is a projected 34% increase in growth from 2023 to 2033. This just means that cybersecurity will continue to be in demand for the next 10 to 15 years. Landing a job in cybersecurity also guarantees you stability from these. Oh, they're the pizzas. It also ensures that your job is stable throughout the 10 or 15-year period. And there also is a high potential for a six-figure salary in terms of mid to um, more executive level roles. Okay, so we've talked about sort of the different types of job prospects in cybersecurity. So why is it important to everyday life? Well, for one, uh, every day is a new situation for cybersecurity. Um, a lot of the bad actors that target systems will always use money as a mo money will always be a motivational factor when it comes to bad actors. They're always looking for new ways to exploit a system for financial gain or getting data to sell that, which also is another um, way for them to net money. The median loss of ransomware attacks, as projected by Verizon's DBIR report, has been 100,000, uh, 100,000 and $115,000. Um, but that's the median loss to companies. In terms of bigger companies, that loss is much, much greater. And for smaller companies, a loss of that much amount of money is a pretty big impact on their business. So their companies and organizations are always looking to secure their systems to prevent these losses. We can also take a look at threat actors out in the field right now. Scattered Lapsus Hunters, which is a conglomeration of like three different cybercrime gangs, has done a recent attack on Google's system to uh, gain information from subpoena and law enforcement. Salt Typhoon is also another threat actor, a global threat actor from based around China that has exploited vulnerable routers in the field earlier this year. And they've used that to kind of gain leverage and a foothold um, into essential and critical infrastructure in the United States as well as companies. Okay, so how can you guys start out in cyber? We're going to be looking at one of many ways. We're looking at a couple different ways to start in cyber, whether you're a beginner or a little bit more experienced. You can take a look at competitions, competitions like Hivestorm, CCDC, and CPTC, as well as NCL. You can do hands-on projects based around your interest in cybersecurity. Or you can join one of the many ways. You can join one of the many ways to get involved in the community, either through student clubs, like here at Cal Poly, here at FAST. You can attend one of the many Southern California hacker meetups, such as Irvine Underground or the DEF CON groups. Or you can attend some talks or potentially have a membership at one of the professional organizations like ISACO LA, HCCIA, and ISSA LA. So my advice to you guys is to start early and start now. Join these organizations. Take a look at the competitions that are going to be happening this semester. We'll be doing NCL. It's a great way for you to learn essential cybersecurity skills and tools. Projects is also one of the big ways to demonstrate your passion for cybersecurity. For employers, seeing a project that you've created yourself around your interest just goes to show how passionate you are in the field and how willing you are just to learn and grow. We'll be also talking about learning how to learn. It's kind of a ironic topic, but learning how to effectively develop and get new information is a really essential way into for you to grow into cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is it's a big field, and if you aren't coming from a non-technical background, learning a lot of the fundamentals such as networking, operating systems, it takes a while. So we really encourage you here at FAST to, if you don't learn the fundamentals, start here. Come to our Friday workshop. We'll be learning a bit of that. as well as learning on your own outside of classes and clubs. You can do online challenges such as Over the Wire, Hack the Box, and Try Hack Me. Um, and you can also go on YouTube, which is a great repository of the latest cybersecurity news, developments, and ideas for potential projects. One of the many important things to getting into cybersecurity is also learning how to make connections, learning how to network. Networking is one of the main things we focus here on fast because it's just so important to get landing a job in this field. Um, the saying goes that your net worth is your network. And it comes within reason because you're able to find opportunities that aren't available online, such as job postings or internships. If you talk to recruiters or managers, you can also learn a bit more about your dream role if you go out on LinkedIn or email somebody who's at a company that you really want to have a job at or a specific role that you'd like to have in the future. Um, Contacting them is just a great way to learn about what those role responsibilities are, how you can be better prepared for that role. And yeah, and LinkedIn is your friend. You want to make as many connections as you can. Um, Many of our guest speakers are here at FAST are open to being contacted over LinkedIn after our meetings, and they'll be happy to kind of get you started on where you want to go in your cybersecurity journey. With that being said, that is the end of our presentation. Um, Questions. I'll be opening up the questions to anything about getting into cybersecurity, what potential job roles are, finding your niche. If you guys have any questions in the chat and Zoom or in person here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Mhm. Okay. Well, one of the main things that we like to say very often is trying to find a niche in cybersecurity because it's such a really big field. You can't really expect to cover everything, all the general topics as a student here at Cal Poly, even if you take classes, you still might have to be able to gain a big understanding. So you either want to try to find a niche in cybersecurity that you want to get into. Some examples are like pen testing or incident response. If you find a specific domain and that you want to get into, it's a great pivot point for you coming from any other background. So you'll still be expected to learn some of the fundamentals like networking and how to use a terminal. But those are some of the things that are pretty small in comparison to what you're going to be needing to know for your actual career path. Yeah. Just curious, where are you coming from? What major are you? What background are you coming from? Are you pre-vet? Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Well, we can go back to this slide here. I'm just taking a look at the many different cybersecurity jobs. There's 20 here, but there's plenty more. Um, for pen testing, a lot of those roles tend to lean on the red teaming side. So that's the kind of like umbrella term that defines topics such as pen testing, ethical hacking. Um, that's the kind of niche I was talking about, trying to find what specifically are you interested in? If it's red teaming, if it's blue teaming, if it's GRC, uh, auditing and stuff like that. Um, Learning how to find that niche and then specifically narrowing down your learning to there will grant you like the most growth in the shortest amount of time that you'd be able to make in terms of your time here at college. So yeah. Any other questions? Sure.
Want to make sure if it's graphic is found on that sam.org.
Yeah, yeah. This graphic will be linked. That link will take you back to the graphic.
Um, I've already posted this in the Discord, but should I go reach out to the employee directly, or should I wait for you guys to reach out for the if I want to help them work on the Sec Gemini agent?
Oh, that's something that we don't have an official capacity with right now. I mean, if that work is something you'd be willing to explore, reach out to us on Discord.
I already have.
Oh, like DM us with kind of what you would like to a kind of project idea you'd like to pursue with SecGenMI. And
Okay, I'll follow the Discord general chat what I'd like to help work on, but we need to also reach out to them so we can have access to their system, and so we can work with
yeah, I think they're
change their own cloud provisions on the GCP cloud side.
yeah, I think they're like in early access right now, so we could potentially be doing some cool projects with that for sure. Yeah. Any other questions? So yeah. So my niche coming into fast was sort of like in my first year I couldn't really find a specific thing I wanted to get into. I was wanting to get into something more blue teaming on the defensive role. But as I've kind of learned over the years and worked on more, gotten to work with more projects and competitions, I've kind of really liked to do digital forensics. That's something that's really drawn an interest to me just because um, coming out of high school, I wanted to kind of be in law enforcement. And so working with computers a lot my entire life, there's like the capacity for uh, working with computers and forensics, and you get digital forensics. And digital forensics isn't just limited to law enforcement. It's also used at law firms and companies to investigate attacks and such. So even if you find a niche in cybersecurity and you're thinking that, oh, I'll be working in this company in the future, you may find yourself in a different role, a more interesting role or place that you may find more rewarding for your life. So, okay. What do I do to make learning fun? So one of the things I mainly learned in Cal Poly here is r really drilling down the learn by doing motto. Even though you probably had some classes that weren't so much learn by doing, um, going out and creating your own projects, doing your own research, is really rewarding in terms of self-learning. It's something that um, by creating your own projects and creating your own structure for self-learning and things like that, it really sets you up in the future for a successful career. So, hands-on projects, competitions, anything that you can do to actually get out there and do something hands-on instead of learning from a slide, essentially, is what makes learning fun.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay, so I said it in the chat. It was like, what were the other competitions other than NCL you mentioned earlier? Because I couldn't quite hear like those other ones earlier.
Yeah, so there are a lot of cybersecurity competitions out there, and they aren't just focused on for CCDC. You probably heard CCDC is a blue teaming style competition. There are other different types of competitions out there. There's NCL, there's NCAE, there's Hivestorm. Do you recall off the top of your list? At the top of your head, more?
Wait, does hackathon count?
It depends on the hackathon. So hackathons are project oriented. They probably some hackathons will have like a security or application security like category that you can create a project for. Those
Uh-huh.
do count. And if you put that on your resume, if you develop your own application or project at a hackathon that is cybersecurity focused, it's a big boost to your resume. It's something that employers are also looking out for.
Sounds good.
All right. Any other questions about cybersecurity? This is meant to be a space where you guys can ask some questions that you guys had coming to cybersecurity. If you guys are new or just wanting to learn more about what we do here at Fast, sure. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Are you looking to stay within law enforcement or public government? Hmm. Okay. Mm. Well, I don't know anybody who has been an FIRS dispatcher before, but I can tell you this. Um, for people pivoting into cybersecurity, uh, I'd say from personal experiences from other people, one way they got into cybersecurity is going into IT, learning the fundamentals, the basics about technology and computing equipment and networking. That helps to kind of ground you into uh, that kind of space and into the information security world, and also just helps you, um, again, kind of put you in the space of like working with computers, learn how to be comfortable with them. Cybersecurity is uh, like a step above IT in a sense because not only are you kind of expected to know IT fundamentals, you're going to be using those to secure systems and um, defending systems and the such. So yeah, that's my recommendation to you. All right. Any other questions? Oh, I forgot. We'll be having the QR code to sign in for this Friday's workshop. If you're looking to participate, I encourage you guys to please sign up. This way, we'll be able to allocate virtual machines to you guys so that you guys can actually conduct go to the workshop. So. So this workshop is kind of a continuation of Intro to Cyber. We'll be going over common tools that are used in the field, as well as kind of a Kali Linux overview.
You really want to emphasize, if you are interested in attending, to please sign this up or fill this out. Our cloud engineering team over there has been working really hard in building the infrastructure as code deployment for AWS. So if you don't fill that out, we won't get your email and we won't add you to that kind of variable that determines how many machines we deploy. So you won't get one. So if you are interested in participating, please do so.
This workshop is gonna be like over the provision machines on AWS.
You know, they're doing that on your behalf so that you don't have to worry about doing that. If you want to provision your own virtual machine,
But
which
I just already have a Kali
Like,
VM on all my machines, so like I
Yeah.
just put it there.
if you can do that, by all means do so, but this is meant to be beginner friendly. So for those who maybe don't have any experience booting up a VM for the first time, we can handle that for you. Although that is, as Sammy is saying, like really good experience for you to know how to do as
Yeah, that's something we'll cover in the workshop as well. A bit about virtual machines and virtualization. But if you are coming to this workshop, actually, we do want you to sign up and make sure that we give a virtual machine to you. It'll be like an environment where there will be sample files and things that we'll be testing the tools on. So it is essential to sign up for the workshop. Um, that being said, any more questions? Oh, yeah. Thank you, Stephen. So yeah, the Friday workshop will be from 5 to 7. And then after that workshop, we'll be having sort of a social aspect. So after the workshop, we'll go grab dinner. It kind of be like an informal event. Um, so from 5 to 7. And it'll actually be in a different room. It'll be in room 1020. So in the same building, room 1020. Yeah, that being said, any more questions, comments? Okay, looks like there are none. So thank you guys for coming out to today's meeting. We hope to see you guys Friday. Were there any announcements that you want to make?
Aside from the cover CSAF and workshop, um,
Right, CSAF. So actually, yeah, CSAF, if you guys heard, the Cybersecurity Awareness Fair is going to be happening this October. There's a poster competition going on. We'll have all the details in our Discord somewhere posted in the announcements if you guys like to participate. We're also hosting, FAST is going to be presenting a hands-on demo at the event. And we are forming a team working around IP camera hacking. So if you guys are interested, we'll have more details posted in the Discord after this meeting. Cool. All right. Thank you guys for coming out. There are pizzas here in person with plates. So feel free to grab a slice when you guys are walking out. Thank you guys for coming on Zoom. And yeah, we hope to see you guys Friday. Thanks for coming, everybody.